Welcome back to Empowered. I'm Elizabeth Namofsky. Today we're discussing empowering women to take control of their health. Annie, let's just dive in again. What can women do to prepare themselves for peri and menopause, especially to discuss with their healthcare providers? Because again, we talked about it being taboo and people are so afraid of talking about it.
Yeah. So, the first thing is I always say to women, keep track of all your symptoms. Everything, as random as it seems, from migraines to joint pain, keep track of all of these things so that you can come armed with some information to share with your healthcare provider. That's the first thing that you need to do. The second thing is educate yourself. There are some amazing resources out there. The Menopause Foundation of Canada is a good source. There's also the Menopause Society, a website that is a wealth of information as well, where you can actually read the symptoms, you can cross-reference them with what you've been experiencing, and come basically equipped with really good arguments to speak with your healthcare provider about what are the best options for you.
So there's often pressure to achieve a certain size as part of your health. How do you advise women to shift their mindset around health and body image? Because this is a huge struggle for everyone.
Oh, I'm so glad that you asked this question, Liz, because truly health is not a size.
Mhm.
That's the first thing that women have to
True.
understand. For so long, though, it's really difficult because the health image has been this skinny, lean image of a woman, right? This is completely disconnected from natural genetic tendencies because, of course, you just have to go back in history and you will see that healthy was definitely not on the skinny side.
Mhm.
Actually, skinny was considered there was a problem and
Yeah.
you were probably sick, right? So there's a big mentality, and combine that with the anti-aging movement, which is another really big deterrent for women as they look at themselves.
Yeah.
I always encourage women to think about focus on being strong, build that muscle, build that vitality. This is a much bigger determinant of health than the actual weight.
I agree as well. Building muscle is very important, especially, I mean, how many times have you heard a friend that her mother or her grandmother has fallen and broken a hip? As we get older, our bones get so much frailer. We need to protect our bones with muscles. And that's why it's so important for all of us to work out and build that muscle mass.
Yes, and we it was there was this mentality when we were growing up that you didn't want to be bulking up, right? Because it was seen as a very masculine trait, right? Now, honestly, Liz, strong is the new sexy,
I
right?
agree.
Building muscles, which helps also our bones, which I'm so happy you talk about because this is also another big threat of consequence of menopause with decreased levels of estrogen. We're so much more vulnerable to calcium leaching out of the bones and us being fragile. So this is a real threat to women. So embracing strength training, impact exercise is one of the best things that women can do.
I agree. And I know that you work out a lot. I work out a lot as well. And it's part of our daily lives. It's part of our regime. It's part of breathing, which we both understand the importance of it. I just want to shift to workplace policies because there's so many offices that are super, super hot or super, super cold. Why are workplace policies around menopause so essential right now? And what are some examples that organizations are leading the way?
So here we have a lot of work to do, Liz. In Canada, there's only 4% of corporations that actually have menopause policies in place,
Huh.
right? Compare that to the UK, where it's actually 39%.
Wow.
So we are really trailing behind. And this is just a sign of the times, right? It's just slowly getting there. Now, I'm excited because there are many companies for which this is now changing, right? We see that with some big insurance companies. I was reading a report, PricewaterhouseCooper, who was recognizing the need to have internal menopause policies. So we are seeing the awareness, and slowly the policies will be taking place.
Okay, great. So when we come back, we're going to talk about how to advocate in workplace policies. Don't go away.